Hello everyone. Once again, one more topic of chapter 4, Animal Kingdom. I hope you have revised that previous one, whatever we have taught, right? So you have seen in the previous class, we had completed angiosperm and plant life cycle in chapter 3. And then we had started chapter 4 in plus video class. We have taken that angiosperm and sperm. And then next one is the basis of the classification of chapter 4, Animal Kingdom. Means in previous class we had taught what are the criteria. What are the criteria? Then we are making it a base for this classification. So we have seen number of there. That is one is the level of organization. Then we have seen the symmetry. Then we have seen coelom. Then segmentation. Then we have done notochord. Right? These are the few points are there. On the basis of these few points, we have classified the whole animal kingdom. Right? And the germ layers also, diploblastic and diploblastic. So now the first one is there. As again, I am telling you simplicity to complexity. So whenever you are writing that, as in case of plant kingdom, we have seen alga, bryophyte, stereotophyte. You cannot change the sequence. That sequence should be same, right? Whatever, because that will be, it means when we are writing in the sequence, it shows that evolution. Means that from simplicity we had started from simple one, simplest organism, then we are moving towards the complex organism and more evolved organisms, right? So in the same case is here. So then in animal kingdom, first we are taking Porifera, right? The first simplest organism, that is a Porifera. So when we will think that levels of organization, so that is called cellular level. It is having cellular level. When we talk about germ layers, diploblastic, only diploblastic, two layers are there, ectoderm and endoderm. So that is diploblastic, right? When we talk about this cellular level, then diploblastic, and then we talk about the symmetry. So these are symmetric, these are asymmetrical. Means these are the, I am telling you because of we have making it basis. So then particular Porifera group organism, these are the classification based on these points. So they are cellular level, diploblastic, asymmetrical, right? And now they have got indirect development. Indirect development means they have got larval stage in their life cycle after formation of zygote, or you can say sexual production, then zygote, and then before that direct it will not be same. That young one is not same, exactly same to the parents. In between that one more stage is there, that is larval stage. So that type of development is called indirect development. When in the life cycle of any organism they are showing one more stage. As in our case, we have got direct development because baby is born. Now baby is born just like a parents. Everything is same, only except size. So now then that is we are having direct development, but here indirect development, right? Now then these are mostly habitat or the first of cellular level is there. So then they have got intracellular digestion. Intracellular digestion means inside the cell digestion occurs, right? Mostly the organisms of this group is called sponges. What is it called? Sponges or sponge, right? Now then they are marine. Marine means they are found in sea water, right? So these are the general characteristics of this group. That is that these one generally it is called sponges. These are marine. Second, cellular level of organization, then diploblastic, then asymmetrical, because when we cut that in any side plane it will not be same. They are not dividing into equal half. So now then that will be asymmetrical. Then when we talk about the indirect development, means they are in their development, that is larval stages form, right? Now then next one, intercellular digestion. Intercellular digestion means the digestion occurs inside the cell, right? So the few examples of this that is given in your book also, that this one, just see this one, first one, that is a cycon, right? Euplectella. and spongilla. These are the all they are sponges. Generally, that is called, they are called sponges. So then cycon, Euplectella, Euspongia also, Spongia, Euplectella also, but it is not, diagram is not given there. And then next one is the spongilla, right? So these are the some examples. Now then, why it is called porifera? Pori means they are having porous body. What they are having? Porous body means holes are there. Now then, through that holes, these pores, or it is also called pores, are there. Pores. Pores is also called ostia. What are these called? Ostia. Now when we are taking simple example of cycon, the structure of cycon like this. Right. Now then, porous body, the whole body having pores are there like this. These pores are called the upper side, just like in this body, then the pores are there also. So now then, these pores are called ostia, right? That is a mouth. That mouth is called hypostome. Hypostome, or you can osculum, sorry, osculum. Right, through that water which enters, through this osculum inside the body. Now then, everything is there. Digestion, that means that whatever the water, along with that water, food is also getting inside, and all gases also, all those important or useful things are coming with the water current here, and all those waste material which will be thrown out through this mouth. Only one opening is there. Here is the one opening, only for ingestion and egestion, both, for the both, right? So because of these pores, it is called porous body. Sometimes they are having the skeleton systems also. They are having the spongial spicules. These spicules are giving the strength of this. That spicules are made up of calcium carbonate. Now then, it is that is a framework which are giving the strength, right? Reproduction occurs in both. Asexual reproduction also occur and sexual reproduction also occur. Now then, in one body, both male and female are present. Means that is these are hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite means male and female both are in one body. This is called hermaphrodite, or monoecious also. That is also called monoecious. So now this is the example. Number of examples are there. The three figures are given. This is the main because it can be easily understood. And this one, the inner wall of this is a line. Special cells are present. These cells are called choanocytes. Choanocytes. These are the, or it is also called collar cells. What are these called? Collar cells, which are lined with the inner wall of this. Here the hollow space is there. Through that water will be inside it, and here choanocytes are present, or these cells are also called collar cells, right? So this is the few main characteristics of porifera. First, porifera name is given because of porous body, or it is pores are present in entire body, right? These pores are called ostia, that we can see these are ostia. One opening is there, that opening is called osculum. Through that osculum, water enters. Along with that water, all important materials will enter in the body, right? And then intercellular digestion, because in cell that will be some are multicellular and some are unicellular, but there are levels of no tissue formation is there. So that's intercellular, intracellular digestion, which will occur inside the, you can write here, intracellular digestion. Now then, in direct development, larval stage is found, right? Asymmetrical. Now male and female both are present in one body, that is called hermaphrodite. Now then, choanocyte special cells are present inside this wall, inner wall of that, or this is a canal, suppose, and in that wall is lined with the choanocyte cells are there. Now then, spicules, skeleton is made up of calcium carbonate, that is a fibers of thorns like spikes are there. These are called spicules, right, which are giving the strength to the body. and these are marine. Commonly these all porifera or peripheral organisms are called sponges. Right? So this is about the porifera. When we move diploblastic, only two layers are there, ectoderm and endoderm. Now when we are moving forward, the next one is there in the evolution point of view, or you can say in that development, means that it will be more evolved. Next one is more evolved than porifera. Right? So now then means more advanced, you can say, more advanced, that is Coelenterata. Class 9th you have remembered, the same is there, only few more points added, otherwise same, that will be what you have done in class 9th. You see that mostly that is a general chapter. Already I told starting the beginning of this session that I told about that the first chapter, first unit is very general. Most of the portion you have covered in class 9th. Only few more contents are added, but very few points are more. Otherwise the same is in class 9th. So the next one is there, that is Coelenterata. Second one is Coelenterata. It is also called Cnidaria. C is silent, Cnidaria. Right? Cnidaria, why the name is? As in case of, we have seen porifera. Porifera is because of porous body, it is called porifera, porous. Right? Here the name why it is called Cnidaria or Coelenterata, because there some special cells are present. Right? Some special cells are present, that is called cnidoblast. What are they called? Cnidoblast, or these are the sting cells. These cells have poison, and when any enemy is just coming near to them, they will kill with it, they sting them, and that they are giving poison. So now that is a protection part, that is they are doing the protection job in this Coelenterata group. So because of these cnidoblasts, we are calling it Cnidaria, right, or Coelenterata, because of only this one. In that case porifera, we are talking about because of porous body, right. So now when we talk about this, the habitat is there. Habitat, you know what is habitat? Where the organisms lives. That is the address of an organism, that is called habitat. So now then these are generally marine, right. Now then second, these are diploblastic, because I told in that basis of the classification, I told in this group one more layer is starting, that is called mesogilia, but that is not proper membrane, that undifferentiated mass which is giving rise, and later on it will coming in the form of mesoderm, but till then we can say that is a diploblastic or false diploblastic also, but mesogilia is present. Mesogilia between ecto and endoderm, right, this one. Now then that is marine diploblastic. Now then these are hydra, you have seen hydra, sea anemone, these are the coelenterate group, sea jellyfish. Now these are symmetry is there, that symmetry is radial. Radial symmetry means when we will cut in any direction, but through center, it will divide the whole organism in two equal half. Whether it will cut this side, so two parts. It will cut this side, two parts. It will cut this side, two parts. Means that will be through that passes through the cut passes through the center. Then that is called radial symmetry. Right? So now that is more advanced. Now then reproduction is also sexual and asexual, both is there. Now then asexual reproduction also, fragmentation is also there. Hydra you have seen, budding is also there. So now then number of babies that are advanced than that. Now then level of organization, you can say, starting from the tissue level, you can say it will start tissue level, because some cells are produced and the stringing cells are there, that is protecting cells are there. Now the special one more thing is that they have got the skeleton. The skeleton is made up of calcium carbonate. The skeleton is called calcium carbonate. Made up of. Again that is giving strength to the organisms, right. Now in that case, as in case of porifera, we have seen osculum. Here that is called, one opening is there, mouth opening. Suppose we are taking this one. Now this here tentacles are there. Now this portion is called hypostome. Mouth is there and it is your hypostome. Now through that again water, they are taking everything, all food and useful minerals, salts, whatever they require, through that water will come out. And then all those extra things, that is waste products, which will be thrown out through this hypostome. So that is a common opening for ingestion and for egestion, and that is opening is called, the mouth is, you can say mouth is called hypostome. Right? These are Coelenterata group. The important thing in this Coelenterata group, that is they have got two forms. Means this group of these animals of this group, they are exhibiting two forms: polyp and medusa. It's very important. Mostly questions are asking in this case. Polyp and medusa. Why polyp is sessile? Word in book is that is sessile. Here is a free living. Sessile means that will stick in one place, that cannot move here and there. Means it will attach with that some substratum and that will be in the same. Now, but in that case of this, that is free living. They are moving from this place to this place in water through this water current. But these are sessile. Sessile means that will be not non-motile, you can say. Now then that is a free living, right? While the body is cylindrical. In this case, body is cylindrical. But that is not the cylindrical. In this case, radial means that is a spherical, you can say, but not cylindrical body. Not, you can write not cylindrical. Right. So then these two forms. Sometimes some organisms are exhibiting these two forms. Now these two forms are mainly means when we talk, some organisms are there which in the both forms are there, means polyp and medusa also. So polyp, just see carefully, polyp give rise to medusa, means from polyp, we can write separate here, means from polyp we can give medusa by asexual reproduction. Means when polyp will reproducing, means polyp when reproducing, then asexual reproduction. Then they are giving the form medusa. Right? Means polyp when reproducing through asexual reproduction, that is giving medusa. Right? And medusa when it will give through sexual reproduction, that will give polyp. Right? That will give polyp. So now then polyp give rise to medusa give rise to polyp, but the reproduction is different. Means polyp give rise medusa through asexual reproduction, while medusa give rise polyp but through the sexual reproduction. But if both in one organism they are showing both forms, polyp and medusa both together, then we can say polyp, if polyp is there, it will reproducing through asexual, and if medusa is there, that will reproducing through sexual, then they are giving polyp. Right? So now then you can in code words you can learn PM asexual and MP sexual reproduction. You can make code words for that and easily you can learn PM and MP. PM means from polyp to medusa, and when we talk about the MP means medusa to polyp. Right? So these are the important point of this Coelenterata group. First one is nidoblast, special cells are there. It is also called stringing cells. That nidoblast having poison, and then that will be used as a protection. Now that will kill their enemies. Right? Second one, they are marine, means generally they all are marine. Then diploblastic, one layer start forming of mesogilia, but not the proper membrane is there. So then we can say ectoderm, endoderm is formed properly. Diploblastic. Symmetry is radial. When we cut in any point, you see hydra is there. Now see, we can show the diagram also here. you see in this book, right? This one, first one, Aurelia, right? This form is Medusa, Aurelia and Adamsia, right? These two are A and B. A and B. A, that is a Aurelia, this one Aurelia, this one Adamsia. So now these are the, one is a, this form is Medusa, this form is polyp, right? Polyp I told cylindrical, that cylindrical is there, it is sessile, attached with the substratum, it will not move. That one is the free living, it can move from one place to another place through the water current, right? This is general figure, the outline of this they have drawn. So now then that is a radial symmetry. When we cut this one like this, like any form, so then it will, the body is dividing into two equal halves. So now then we can say that is a radial symmetry is there, right? So now then this is the important point is there, that nidoplast and polyp and Medusa. Now then everything is the same. Other one, that you said we have covered this one, right? So now then next one, when we talk about the next, we have seen that all bases of classification there, cellular tissue level is there, diploblastic is there. Then third we have taken, that is just acoelomate, all these are the coelom is not present here. Now then when we talk about the digestion, that will be the, what type of, only one opening is there, opening is there, so that is a incomplete, you can say, that is a single. Indirect or indirect development is also there, some are showing larva stage, some are not showing. So then it will be direct and indirect, both we can say. Reproduction also sexual and asexually, both we can say, right? Now digestion, one opening is there, the incomplete digestive system. When single opening is there, through that single opening, that opening here hypostome. So now then that will be through that ingestion and egestion, both are occurred through this. Now then, and generally this one is the two forms, are sometimes organisms are showing only one form, polyp only. Sometimes organisms showing only one form, Medusa, but sometimes they are showing, these are showing both forms. So both forms, polyp also and Medusa also. In that case, what they are, polyp will asexually they will give rise Medusa reproducing through sexual, then they will give rise to polyp. So this is the new term for you, class 9th, you haven't done that one. So I am telling you this one is special, that is the important characteristics. And about nidoplast, why it is called nidaria? Because of the special types of cells, stringing cells are there, those are used for protection, or they are used to killing enemies, right? So now the next one, we will start the next, that one, Ctenophora, that is Ctenophora. Ctenophora, third one. Just slightly it will simple to this one, but one thing is there, radial symmetry is there, diploblastic is there, marine is there, but they are having the some important, main important characteristics of this Ctenophora, that is having comb plates, right? Now that is having comb plates, they are having 8, suppose there are organisms like this is hypostome, now here 8 comb plates are there. These are, you can say, hypostome, right? This is the Ctenophora, you can see in your book also, diagram is also given in your book. This one, you can say, these are the flagella, right? Now these are the 8 comb plates. Now then that will be, we can make like this, right? Now then we can, 8 comb plates are there, and these tentacles or flagella attached this one, right? So now in your book is also given that, now that flagella is coming like this. Now this is, these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you can draw here 8. Now there are 8 comb plates like this one, 8 comb plates are there, radial symmetry is there. Now then that is a pleurobrachia, that is the figure is a pleuro, we can make it in different way. इस flagella we can like this, इसको यहाँ से निकाल देते हैं, so that plate will be easily seen, right? Otherwise it will be, plates are not seen here. and now we are making like this, as in your book it is written like this, right? Or these are plates are there, right? 8 plates are there, and these are 2 flagella or tentacles. That is a long. That is a that name is pleuro. It is given in a book also, pleurobrachia. Now then, that is also called, commonly that group is called comb jellies. Now that is called comb jellies, right? This is comb jellies. A common name is called comb jellies, right? So now then, this is a because of comb plates are there, because of comb plates. Important characteristics of this group, important characteristics of this group, that is having bioluminescence. You know bioluminescence? This is the main characteristics, bioluminescence. Means body emitting light. As you know, firefly, Jugnu, they are emitting light. And I have seen, all of you have seen that firefly, in the sense that they are emitting light. So then that is also bioluminescence. Also then that is a tendency to emitting light from the body. That characteristic is called bioluminescence, right? So the organisms of this group, they are showing light, or they are emitting light. This is the important characteristics of this group. See, now then, that is indirect development is there. Now mostly in the lower class organisms, indirect development is there. Indirect development. Now then, ctenophores. Now that is called ctenophora. Ctenophora, that is a means, but yes, one more thing is here, digestion. Digestion is both extracellular or intracellular, in both cases. Intracellular also, some organisms are showing extracellular, some are showing intracellular digestion, right? Then development is indirect. So digestion may be extracellular or maybe intracellular, both type of right. Now then, so reproduction again, that is sexual reproduction also, or sometimes sexual reproduction also. Now then, sexes are not separate. Sexes are not separate means that is male and female both are present in one body. This symbol, this symbol is used for female. This symbol is used for male, right? So male organ and female organ both are present in one body. So then that is not separate. Now then, that is all about this. Now then, examples are there. How many examples in your book? It is also given 2 examples. One pleurobrachia and second one ctenophora. That is ctenophora group is also there, and their organism name is example ctenophora is there. Sorry, ctenophora, that is ctenoplana. This one and ctenoplana. These 2 examples are given in your book also. Very small, just like the most of the characteristics are similar to coelenterate, but because of the luminescence, that is special characteristics of this luminescence, we are putting it in this group ctenophora. So then the 2 examples are given there, pleurobrachia and ctenoplana, right? Then generally this is called comb jellies. Now that is a common name, comb jellies or sea walnuts. Means there are common name of these 2, this ctenophora group. As you know in porifera they are called sponges, right? Now then, in coelenterata these are called cnidaria. What they are called? Cnidaria. And in case of these ctenophora, these are called sea walnut or comb jellies. Right, comb jellies. So now these are the 2 characters. Means common name of that. We have seen each, what we have done, porifera, coelenterata and ctenophora. We have seen all 3 are having some special characteristics are there. As in case of porifera, what we have got? In that case, we have got all bodies having pores, porous body, and mouth is called hypostome. When we talk about ctenophora, that is coelenterata, the special characteristic cnidaria it is called, and that is a cnidaria nidoblast. Nidoblast special cells are there. Those are also called stinging cells, which are used as a protection. Now then, when we talk about ctenophora, in ctenophora, comb plates that is having called sea walnuts or comb jellies, and they have got 8 comb plates are there. Right. Now the general other structures are same, characteristics are same. Diploblastic is there, male and female in one body. We can say indirect development is there, intra and extra digestion will occur here. In that case, not single opening is there, so incomplete digestive system. So today we will take only all 3 are there. All these are 3 important. You can write only important points. Once we have done the criteria of the basis of the classification, so you can, according to that we can write there. First you can write habitat, then general names, then what are the main characteristics, what type of cellular level, digestion, what type of digestion, incomplete or complete, extracellular, intercellular, direct, means that you have to write the important points, and with points you can learn easily. Right? Means the way of learning, how will you learn the characteristics of all, because number of are there. Now the next class we will start the next one, that is platyhelminthes, which is more advanced than these 3. So we have seen porifera, coelenterata, ctenophora. These are one by one we are exceeding. As we are moving forward, the organisms are being complex, or organisms are more evolved form, or you can say more developed form, right? So now till then we are doing that up to this only. As homework, today you will revise that. In your live class I will tell you that, because yes, next class is live class, so we will tell you about the homework and practical, right? So till then revise, you can write here only revise homework, or you can say revise the characteristics of all these 3. So then you can write here that revise homework, it will be daily, right? Means that will be, you have to revise whatever you have to read in class, right? Homework, revise, taught portion, right, of chapter 4. This is my homework. Revise means you have to revise. Don't leave that. Go through that book 2 times, 3 times, you will learn all characteristics are there, right? So then only revise homework. Revise taught portion of chapter 4. Clear? So now then, till then, you will do your homework and we will take next class platyhelminthes.